Found it, look. Just in time for the Six Nations. Oh, wait. Right, I've emailed a copy of this letter to someone. I've had a couple of people ask about it. One this morning, actually. These pesky CCJs. And what do you say to the court? Which is a very good question, actually. Now, it will become apparent I did mean to do this a couple of weeks ago, but I forgot. Mainly because of things like painting Big Ben blue, do you know what I mean? Just weird shit like that keeps popping up. Obviously, it only popped up last night, but you get where I'm going. It was gloss fucking blue, for fuck's sake. It was fucking Dulux. They didn't have Dulux in the 18th fucking century. I'm sure it was built quite a while ago, wasn't it? I mean, it is a monument in itself. Built back in the day when we did things proper. Didn't throw houses up in 5 minutes. Probably took 70 years to build or something. Right, so, first thing, I've done stuff on this, as you know, but first thing, contact the Bulk Business Court. They're the ones that send you all the unlawful paperwork. Ask them just this: where are these CCJs held on file? Because they hold no paperwork. It will or should be a court local to you. They'll only send you a letter back, so don't waste your fucking time with them. Because some of you will remember when they sent all my stuff back. So all you're trying to do here is get rid of these CCJs, obviously. So you find out what court they're in. Also, there's a registered trust, who are the people who put stuff online. They're sent information by the court to put it online. So it's 153 to 157 Cleveland Street, London, W1T6QJ. 6QW, sorry. W1T6QW. So what I did, I wrote to the court on the 23rd of February, and I copied that letter. I made a copy of that letter and sent it to the Registry Trust. One of mine has come off. One I had received no paperwork for, and it's now gone since I sent that letter. So get that in. That's the first thing to get in. If you've got one you've received no paperwork for. Because I've just written back to them now. So, but you must get rid of the two on my file now. Because Lowell, who pushed these things through, the Bulk Business Court, have clearly broken the law. The court is accepting paperwork without checking the background. It's conspiracy to fucking defraud. Do you know what I mean? And Lowell must now be investigated. Because they've taken that CCJ off. They've admitted guilt. It has come to my attention there are 3 CCJs on file in what you questionably refer to as the court. Copy this word for word if you want, guys. Bits of it, anyway. Throw my fucking channel in. I don't care. I'd like you to put the channel in. Mention the channel. I have been enlightened to this fact by the highly unlawful and non-legally trained personnel at the Bulk Business Centre in Northampton. For at least one of these CCJs, I received no paperwork and was completely unaware it was on my credit file until I checked it. As to the other 2, both firms involved broke the law and decided to steal from me. The first one, which is actually due out in June, because that's 6 years ago. It was June 2013 it was put on there. It was Santander. And what they did, I'd paid 2 cheques into the bank at the weekend. Saturday morning, and they had them cashing, and they had them cashing, and Friday morning 2 direct debits came out of my account and sent me overdrawn. And then they cashed the cheques. Sat there and watched it happen. So for 50 quid worth of charges, you lost your £2.5 overdraft, Santander, because I just walked away. They wrote to me and said, we've decided to close this account and you must repay your overdraft within 30 days. I wrote back and said, you decided to close the account. Anyway, that's where the first one came from. As to the other two, both firms involved broke the law and decided to steal from me. Still, it's well known that Peterborough courts fully approve and endorse theft, especially if it's being done by their chums at Huntingdon District Council. Why don't you go ahead and ask either Judge Enright or Chowdhury about that, as they are both complicit in 25 years' worth of theft from the public purse? Judge Chowdhury, I think it was June 30th, 2014. And Judge Enright, there was one in April, possibly the 27th, and I think it was the 8th of May, during which time you told me I wasn't allowed to contact the court, I wasn't allowed to submit evidence, and I wasn't allowed to speak to any court personnel. That's right. I digress, however. The file numbers for these CCJs are, and they're weird numbers, right? One of mine is A4XE5331, but this is the kind of number you'll find on your credit file. This is what you must mention this number when you write to the Bulk Business Court. Say, where is this CCJ being held? All of these must now be destroyed and removed from a credit file, or you are guilty of conspiracy to defraud. Now, I don't suppose that will mean much to you, since all you're interested in is raising revenue for your bank government chums. However, if you do not comply, I shall broadcast on YouTube in 2 weeks' time, and another 2 weeks on top, from the date of this letter, that you are nothing more than thieves and liars. So, Peterborough County Court, you are nothing more than thieves and liars. I'm broadcasting it on YouTube. Do what you fucking like, I don't care. Send your bent police mates round. So firstly, get in if you had no paperwork. Secondly, make sure and mention the reference number or file number of the CCJs. This is when you're writing to the court, obviously. Once you've written to the Bulk Business Centre and found out the numbers of where they're being held. And thirdly, basically state that they're probably completely fucking unlawful. Because firms like Lowell fucking just break the law as per. Anyway, right, so I shall put, I don't know, update on CCJ update, something like that for the title. I'm hoping this will be an end to my particular saga, but as I say, that letter did obviously produce results, the one I've just read out, so we'll see.